and citizens of CD Mangakadom. Yes, I did just come out of that off the top of my head. Hope you don't mind. God, I gotta come up with a better name. I'm back! For those of you who have followed my channel for quite a long time, I have told you guys I was going hunting, and I would be gone from Friday to possibly Monday, but we got back Sunday. And I'll tell you about that in a little bit. I'm just going to turn this game volume down right here. Quick explanation. Scrapyard, domination... Scrapyard, wow. Sub-base, domination, BC score, just poning some noobs again. Oh, gotta finish capturing that stupid flag. And I'll talk to you guys a bit about the hunt, but I'm quick announcement to make. I got in my inbox, I noticed about maybe 20 people subscribed to my channel while I was gone, and that usually doesn't happen, so I looked for a reason for the influx, if you will. I was trying to call that guy DeFranco, but he was just like, hoo-wah, hoo-wah. I'm messing with you, Franco. Hub Community has posted up one of my videos on their channel. It's a scrapyard, capture the flag game. It's entitled, Why Do Woody's CTF Tactics Work? Or something along those lines. I'll have a link in the description and possibly an annotation in the video at some point where you can go dabble on over, see it, give it a like rating, make it feel good. It's actually my most commented video on the Hub Community channel, and it's also my most disliked. It's got 5 dislikes, 13 likes. But that doesn't bother me at all. I was talking fast, people weren't used to me, and that's okay. Although some people did like my Gandalf impression I did. You shall not pass! Wasn't so much as an imitation as it was a mighty quote, if you will. Anyways, but let's get talking about this. We don't want to talk about gameplay. Let's talk about hunting. Let's see. I left school early, about Friday. We got out of the house at about 12, and we're on the road. Took us about 5-6 hours to get down there. Set up camp when it was getting dark. We couldn't do any shooting that day. We saw some nice bucks on the road on the way down there, but we couldn't do any shooting because the hunt opened up Saturday, and it was Friday. We set up camp. We camped in a little takeout trailer. I had cots. We set up some cots, and it was a bit cramped, but I mean, it was homey in there, and I had my guitar and played a couple songs while we were waiting. And this guy, I don't know what he's doing. Now I'm busting out here. Anyways, let's see. I'm getting further back in the spawn. I don't want to get killed while I'm calling in the Predator. I got kill streak building up, and I think with some kill streaks up in the air, we can get B finally. That's what we're fighting over. Getting distracted here. We got up about 6. My dad had been up for about half hour, and he woke us up about 6 on the next morning to get us out hunting. Gotta get cold, gotta get out when the antelope are out. And antelope hunting, it's a wide open plain. It's not like stuff you hike through. So I mean, you drive down the road until you see antelope, and then you see if you can stalk them or not, and then shoot them. And so it's very relaxed. Start out the morning in the truck. We saw an antelope on the road. Very nice buck. Pulled out my rifle, aiming at him. Then we thought, wait, is this the border road? And for those of you who don't know, that the areas are hunted in units, where you get attacked for a unit, you can hunt in this certain area, and this little outline of the map. And we were all on the road that actually was the border for 2 units. So if we were to shoot, and the buck was on the wrong side of the road, if we were to shoot him, we'd be breaking the law, and we'd be in trouble. So, we were just like, is this the road? And we discovered later from some guys, yeah, and we were just like, damn. Anyways, let's see, I thought I got him right there with that. I'm like, oh wait, he's not dead. Get my chopper right there, so yay, I'm happy. And we zoned out a bit, and we found this buck that was really wide. This antelope, it was really wide, very nice. It was interesting. He probably wouldn't score too high, but I mean, he was good looking. He was interesting, and for someone not as hardcore about hunting as I am, it was good enough. We tracked him down. We chased him for a bit. We got a good stock up on him. We've got on the road. There's a little hill. He was in this little draw underneath us. It's a small canyon, if you will. But I mean, nothing grand. It was just a small dip. And he was right below us. We got on this hill. We had to be, we were trying to be quiet. Had the scope one out. And at this point, I was kind of excited. I had this thing called buck fever, where you get excited about shooting a buck, and that kind of makes you jittery or got hearts thumping on. And I had that before. I just didn't expect to have it again. But it was the first bit of the hunt. I kind of realized what I was doing, and I mean, there's a whole bunch of antelope. I mean, there were we must have seen 400 on that hunt, but there's like about maybe 50 in that group. I'm trying to find the one. I get a buck in my scope, and I'm thinking it's him. Like, all right, and my dad was talking. He was busy trying to film. I let out a shot, and I was so jittery that I missed him. And the second I let out a shot, I hit the dirt, and I was like, ah, crap, missed. And he's like, what the hell are you shooting at? I figured he was slamming my aim, but I'm like, But then he pointed out, he's back there. I'm like, shit, I had the wrong buck in my scope. I was going to shoot the wrong animal. And my dad didn't pick up on that until I had to tell him later. He's like, he's right. Then he's coming out. He's like, he's right there. And I'm like, I was telling him, I was on the wrong buck. The one I was on, he was gone by the time you pointed that guy out to me. I mean, I was on the wrong buck. That pissed me off. What can you do? I mean, I missed, though. I mean, so I was glad, we missed. Thank God we didn't mess up, I was a little peeved at that, and Dad was too. I'm trying to find this stupid guy on our flag. I think he got killed or something. But, so, then we did more driving. We got stuck in this nice area with some dips in it, and where we got stuck out in the open with a lot of bucks looking at us. We tried to get on that guy for a while, the one buck, but, they were wide open fields. Animals used their eyes. I mean, they could see us coming for a mile. We had already spooked them, so, I mean, nothing you could do. Couldn't get within range. So we gave up on that. We just drove around for a bit. We got stuck out in the open on a little hill. And a nice buck, we were glassing him. He said, he's pretty good, And we were waiting for him to, get out of eyesight from us so we could move up. I fell asleep, just because I was so bored. About 15 minutes later, my dad jostled me awake. The buck had finally moved out of sight, got me out of the car, made us, we closed the distance between us. We were behind a little hill, and he was in front of us down in the little area in the dip with some sagebrush in front of him. And he came out in front of the hill just a bit. I had my scope on him, and by this time I was zoned out. I was determined. He was just like, I'm not getting excited, and it was a calm scenario. There was no rush. There was only one buck. There's no way I could miss this time. I just kind of breathe in, breathe out. Let out a shot, boom. I could tell I hit him because he faltered a bit. He was like, oh. And he ran off of it. He ran off for about maybe 10 yards, and I let my gun. I reloaded my gun real fast. You just pull the bolt back, put it back in, get a bullet in the chamber, and then oh, here they're flocking all over B. Then he stopped. He faltered and he was a little woozy. I hit him good. I think maybe just a bit in the back, or maybe I think the first shot went to his gut and then out his throat. It's a little bit crooked. He finally, he turned to me a bit. He went broadside, laid another shot on him, and he dropped it, and he was done. We went down there and took some pictures, which I'll get a picture up for you guys. And it's a good buck. It's a nice buck. He scored 78 inch wide. What you do is you measure the antlers on the buck at specific points, and then you total them all up. And to give you guys an idea about how big he was, 82 is a record buck, and my buck scored 78. So it's a good buck. It's short of record, but I mean, it's not a small buck. It works. It's good. It's good. It's a good buck, and it's the biggest animal I've shot in yet. So I'm proud of that. But that wasn't really the So after that, I'm thinking, cool, we can go home tomorrow. But my brother had a doe tag, so we gotta go find him one. We drove back to camp, and then we found a doe on the road and walked out and shot it basically. But it didn't turn out so good. It was. We got on the doe. We kind of stalked. They were staring at us. They weren't. They hadn't been hunted or skittish yet. My brother was on the doe. He shot it, hit him high, and then dropped him. And I'm not thinking. But we walked up closer. We were gonna go, collect it. But I noticed that its head was propped up. It wasn't dead. And then as it got closer, it got back on its legs, and I saw the blood on the back, and I realized my brother had shot high, and he hit in the back. He missed the organ, so he didn't give it a kill shot. He just hurt it badly. And when we had skinned him up later, we saw that my brother had broken her back, but not all the way. He didn't sever the spinal cord, which would have killed her. He broke the back, and just in pain. And it was trying to get up. I mean, it was scooting along the ground, just trying to stand up, and it just couldn't. It was crippled. My dad's like, "Stop! Don't let it suffer." Finish it off. My brother, he didn't have the sticks on him or anything, so he couldn't shoot it. My dad, we got closer. My dad took the gun from my brother. He just, grabbed it, aimed it, laid another shot in right in the chest, and it got down and it stayed down, but it didn't die immediately. And I think maybe it's just because does have a lot more willpower behind them, or maybe it's just because get nuked too, not predator missile, or maybe it's just because maybe we get down when we got down in the bucket had enough time to die. It's just I sat there for a good 2 minutes. My brother and my dad went back to the truck to get the stuff out. I just sat there and watched it as blood was coming out of its mouth. It was trying to breathe, and in the distance, I could see two little fawns just looking over us, and I realized those were her fawns, and they were wondering why their mother wasn't getting up. I just watched this animal just slowly die painfully. and it did bother me. And I mean, I talked to God for a second. I kind of said a prayer. It was the only thing to do that kept me comforting. After I let my brother and my dad do the skinning stuff, because my brother hadn't needed to learn how to skin, and it was his first big game kill, so he needed to watch over Dad and learn how to do it. But I also didn't do it just because I don't know if I could have composed myself to cut that animal up. It was tough. But skinned it, stored it up, got out, and Sunday morning drove on home, and here I am. That's my hunting story for you guys. I'll try to get a picture up of the antelope in the next video. Again, go over to the Huppet video, check out that video, leave a rating. I'm back, guys. Later, dudes.